Hey, what's up guys? My name is Dan and this is On the Flip Side. So today we're going to be talking about something a little special, and that's going to be how to find a house to flip. And the best part is we're going to be doing this right from our phone, right at home. Super safe, super easy. So let's get started. If you haven't seen my previous video about how you can get started with real estate investing, then I'm going to drop a link right over here-ish, right over here. Check out that video and see how you can get started investing in real estate today. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So the best way I've found out how to search for houses online, even though I'm a real estate agent, I have access to the MLS, is honestly using Realtorcom and using the app, not only just the website, because the app has some special features that I just really like for myself. So I figured I would just search in a new city today and show you exactly how I find houses. So let's get started. I was looking in Lexington, Kentucky. So let's pull that up here. And you can see, pulls up a ton of houses. So when we're going to be looking for houses to flip, we want to find something that's pretty inexpensive. So if you go to filter, usually when you're looking at foreclosures, cheaply priced homes, the agents that list them don't always do the best job of marking the correct amount of beds, correct amount of baths, square footage, all those like little search terms that you have. So I usually avoid trying to, drill down into each of those. The only things I really change are property type. I put single family home. I like to hide pending and contingent. That removes anything that's already under contract. A lot of times when I'm familiar with an area and I know that they have a lot of foreclosures, I'll search for foreclosures only. But a lot of times deals that you find aren't necessarily foreclosures, or they're just not listed correctly as a foreclosure. So I'm going to leave that off for today. We're going to leave home size alone, lot size. Yeah, all these other things we're just going to leave alone. We've got 746 results. So let's take a peek here. All right, so let's sort by price, low to high, and see what we're dealing with here. All right, so we got some cheap stuff here in Lexington. We got 28,900, 34,900, 44K, 49.60. And when I was scrolling through, this is one that caught my eye. This 429 Chestnut Street in Lexington. It's been reduced. It's a 3-bed, 2-bathroom house, 1,526 square feet. So let's click on that. So on the outside, this house looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's got a nice look to it. Let's go through the inside. It's got hardwood floors. Walls are in okay shape. We got nice trim. It just really needs like a cosmetic rehab. Redo this bathroom. Got a nice master bathroom. We could take this out, put in a clawfoot tub. It's got a nice double vanity you could redo, or put in 2 single vanities. That's one thing that we've been doing, is 2 single vanities in place of a double vanity. You get 2 singles for, I don't even know, $150, $200 a piece versus, $700, $800, $1,000 for a full double vanity. So we found that that actually works really well for doing a custom master suite. Kitchen, these cabinets look like they're in pretty good shape. Just new countertops, get new hardware on them, maybe some crown molding on the top. It's really not looking too bad. House overall looks pretty solid. So what we're gonna do is look at the stats of the house. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 1,500 square feet. It's been on the market for 133 days, which means we probably have some wiggle room on that price. They've also reduced it recently by just $400. Let's see, if we scroll down, you can see the schools, mediocre schools for the ratings. This isn't always a negative. We've sold a lot of houses that are in areas where the school districts aren't the best, but sometimes people don't really care about the school districts if they don't have kids, or if they just aren't as interested in the schools. they'll still buy the home if the home really speaks to them. So I use sold homes around the subject property to determine whether or not it has flip potential. So we've looked at some of the pictures on the inside. This one actually has pretty good photos versus a lot of these houses that you're gonna see are gonna have terrible photos. Judging that it's a 1,500 square foot house, a lot of the times this isn't the best way to do it, but when you're first starting out, as you have some sort of basis, you can take your rough square footage, multiply it by $25 a square foot, just to get a rough estimate of how much a rehab could cost. So I always like to round up and be super conservative. So we might be looking at $40,000 in a rehab cost. Since it's a little bit older of a home, I believe, 1910. Yeah, we're gonna add an extra $10,000 just because we're probably gonna have extra plumbing and extra electrical items come up just because it's that older home. So we're gonna say probably about $50,000 for the renovation costs. In addition to those costs, you're also gonna have about $8,000 in just closing costs on the buy side. That's gonna be title charges, it's going to be the underwriting fee, origination points for the loan, so just about $8,000. And then holding costs, probably about $8,000 as well. That's gonna be your interest payments every month, your taxes. Taxes are super cheap for this house, which is nice. I think they were listed at like $500. I would always have your agent check on those taxes because odds are a lot of times when you're looking for houses, they're going to show some sort of exemption, like a homeowner's exemption or even like a senior freeze can drastically reduce those taxes. And when you're buying this as an investment property, you don't have access to any of those exemptions. So you're gonna pay the additional amounts for taxes. So about $8,000 in holding costs, closing costs. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. I'd probably say somewhere around $15,000 for your, realtor fees, your, again, title charges, miscellaneous recording fees, everything adds up, probably about $15,000. So let's see, what do we have? 50 plus 8 plus 50 again for the renovation, plus 8 for holding, plus 15 for closing on the end. That puts us all in about $131,000 roughly on the project. So let's see what we can sell it for and see if that purchase price of $50,000 makes sense or we need to go lower. How do we do that? We're going to look at the comps. So this is why I really appreciate the Realtor.com mobile app, because when you find your house that you like, I go down to the map portion. You can see where in Lexington is this house located. I usually use the city, like the title of the city as kind of a bearings. So Lexington right over here, here's our subject property. So we're east of it, above this Midland Avenue. So let's go check it out. And it's got this highlighted. Ooh, that's not our property. Here we go, 69K. So here's our subject property. So let's just take a peek at what is currently listed around the subject property. And we are going to unhide pending and contingent. We want to see stuff that's pending and contingent around it to see if we can get an idea of what this could potentially sell for. So we're going to switch to high to low. All right, so we're gonna take a peek at some of these houses that are currently listed for sale. So we got this one, it's a 3-2, 1,100 square feet, listed for $229,900. This looks like a nice rehab. They've really gone balls to the wall here. They've really done a nice job doing this rehab. So it looks really good, good quality. That's listed for $229,900, been on the market for 2 days. So let's see what else we got. We've got a 3-3 1,600, and it's pending at $215,000. Also a nice rehab. Looks pretty good. All right, we got 3-2, 1300. Ooh, this looks like a rehab as well. What is going on? That's just a ugly finish on those cabinets. So we've got a lower priced one, this 165. So it looks like we're going anywhere from 165 to like 230 or so. So let's see. The real thing that's going to tell us what we can sell this house for is the sold comps. So if you go into the filter portion, just jump over here to sold. We're going to change our property type again to single family homes. And let's see. We've got a 3-2, 1,300 square feet, sold for $217. Looks like a nice rehab. Very well done. Right. We got a 2-1, 951 square feet that sold for $182. So just looking quickly at these houses, I'm gonna say somewhere right around 200,000. You know, this one sold for 217,000, and I'm thinking right now it's going to be a little tougher going into the next few months getting the higher price points. So I'm going to estimate just a little bit lower, just to have some rough numbers. Let's say 200,000 for a potential sales price. So we're all in for 131 minus 200,000. That leaves us about a 70K profit margin. Now what we can do too is see, okay, we saw that one low house listed for like 165. Let's see at 160, bottom of the range, we're still left with about 30K in profit. So just to be conservative, I always like to play it safe. I think that we could definitely, when we are all done, check the market again, and we might be able to sell for more closer to that 200 mark, but let's be conservative and use 160. And even at that 160, we're still left with about 30K in profit. So at this point, I think this house really could be a good deal and is worth checking out. The next steps are going to be calling your real estate agent and going to actually tour the property. Have them run comps. They're going to be more familiar with the area and know what you can actually get. Maybe that 160K number makes sense. Maybe it's going to be 180K. Maybe it's going to be 200K. But it's going to be somewhere in that ballpark. And at the same time, call up a local contractor just to see if that 50K number makes sense. So there you have it. Now you've seen exactly how you can find a house to flip just from your phone. It's super easy, and I really think by doing this, you can get started looking for houses today. Even if you're not ready yet to actually buy something, start looking, start getting familiar with the areas around you where you know where you want to buy flips going into the future. And if you haven't already checked it out, watch my other video to see how you can get started investing today with just $1,200. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If this was at all helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more videos. I'm thinking the next video or sometime in the next few, I'm gonna actually take you through a new house to flip. I'm gonna go on some tours as we're looking for more houses right now. I also have some other properties that we're almost completed with doing our construction. We've been a little held up with, you know, everything that's been going on, all the closures, but we're still finishing up properties and we're going to get them listed very soon. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the flip side.